Boogie, drop that beat.
Hi everyone, welcome to my channel, Talking Out Loud with Miss Talkative. Everything I say is my own opinion, alleged, and strictly entertainment purposes. Remember, I'm just talking out loud. Please like, share, subscribe, comment on the video, let me know what you think. Now, Love and Marriage Transfer, Season 6, Episode 13. Kimmie allows Maurice to bait her into having a conversation with Kiawha, his ex-wife. Why? It makes no sense. And Kimmie, I thought you was better than this. I really thought you were smarter than this. But I see that you're not. I'm gonna play the clip and I'm gonna come back and give my opinion throughout.
Gonna be over. I'm curious.
Listen.
What exactly? It's a direct. I don't want a whole bunch of extra stuff.
Hey, listen,
what exactly
look
do
at
you
this
think?
tone.
I want to know. Wow. Answer the question for real, because it's frustrating to go around and around.
It's not around.
What is it you actually think I should be over?
I think you should be over the apology, but
who said I'm waiting on an apology? That's your determination.
It was yours for about 2 years.
Kimmie, you should have said what you had to say and dropped the conversation. You're allowing him to take you back to a space that is unhealthy for your situation. It makes no sense.
I think there's a whole bunch of apologies that need to go around.
For what?
For Kiawha. What is
You're saying
what?
that she needs to apologize?
Yes.
I've been defending you. I've even asked her to apologize. Sweetheart, I was getting you.
I don't want a tissue. I want an apology. Let me tell you, no. It's not a hiccup.
What is it?
It's not a hiccup. It's a factual situation of where we are in life.
And where y'all are in life is where y'all are. Y'all don't have to be friends. As long as y'all can co-parent collectively, then that's all that matters. Y'all don't need a relationship.
Where we are in life is that I think we've come a long way to be cordial and accommodating because we're raising a king. And we have to be on the same team in order to do that. He got 2 years left in high school. He's off to college. So for you to foster this relationship at this point.
And that's why I don't understand why you are taking the bait for a conversation that is not going to mean anything. It's really not going to do anything. Their son have 2 years left, and then he's off to college. Why is he looking for this kumbaya moment?
I've been fostering for a long time. I had some obvious resistance from both sides, but we're getting past that and it's getting better. All right. And you're going to be present for all the meetings that
He said he had resistance from both sides. Because yes, he had resistance from both sides because you are he's basically keeping up the mess. And now he's bringing up the mess again and you allowing him? Kimmie, why? He wouldn't let you have a party to celebrate your milestone, but he's going to allow you to have a conversation with his ex-wife, whom he know there's bad blood, bad history there. But so it's like anything that he wants, and he doesn't care what your feelings are. So do he really not care about stressing you out?
I said, right?
Kiawha allowed and perpetuated a lie about me. In the beginning, things were sketchy. The way you met Maurice, it felt as a line had been crossed. I don't know what Maurice told you, but you aren't divorced yet.
Kimmie, you are wrong. It's not Kiawha to protect your image, protect your character, defend you. It's not her responsibility. That's Maurice's responsibility. So whatever Kiawha said, Maurice could have, he should have been speaking up on your behalf. That's not her responsibility. She doesn't owe you anything. She doesn't lay beside you at night.
We weren't divorced yet. We didn't date until y'all were wholly divorced. That shows a lack of
Kimmie, you're telling the fib again because you said that they weren't divorced, but they had signed the paperwork. So which one is it? You said fully divorced. Now you're saying the paperwork was signed, but they weren't divorced. But you worried about your image. Pick a lie and stick to it.
integrity to me. I don't have friends that I feel like have a lack of integrity. So when you say I'm holding on to whatever it is, I'm not holding on to an apology or to this or to that. I'm saying we are where we are. If I met a
said that to
random
her? Have you ever?
So if you're not holding on to anything, then why are you taking the bait for the meeting? There's no need to meet.
Her voice that to her?
No.
No. And it's a sticking point. And it's maybe.
Has she ever asked?
Maybe
Has anybody ever asked? Has anybody ever been remotely concerned?
I have.
No.
Yes, I have. I could have been ugly like you wanted me to, and Monster wouldn't be living here. I can guarantee that.
It's weird that you think that confrontation has to be ugly.
I was handling the situation with kid gloves. You wanted me to be a little more stern. And I thought
Your
that
approach was not.
What she wanted, Maurice, was for you to protect her. It wasn't that she was trying to tell you how to handle the situation. She just wanted you to have her back because you're her husband. But you couldn't stand up and defend her. But yet, 2 years later, you want her to go back down the same road and have a conversation knowing that she has an illness that she doesn't need to be stressed out about?
To approach.
my approach, that's not true, because I actually approached. The issue that you feel deep down in your heart, you've never addressed. So
Listen,
everything is
what's funny is that I've been around you in business, and there have been people that did you wrong in business, and you didn't do business with them again because you found them not to have integrity.
You know something else?
And so
I've
what I'm
also
saying,
did business with people
what I'm
that
saying is that you live and you learn. And so once you learn that that person doesn't have
That's
integrity,
probably one
you
of the
don't
worst.
do business with them again.
You know, that's probably one of the
And I've
worst
seen that in
examples.
you.
That's one of the worst examples.
The one person I wouldn't have an extended conversation about my position in this relationship is you. You know what you said and what you haven't. You know what I've done and what I haven't. You know what has happened and what has transpired and what has not transpired.
But yet, Kimmie, you're having a conversation with the person you said you wouldn't have the conversation with. And yet again, you are defending yourself and taking the bait. Why, Kimmie? Just say no and walk away. You don't need a defense. You don't need to answer why not or why so, why come. You don't need to answer anything except for no. You need to protect your health because obviously he's not.
Do you think that having a conversation with her and giving her the opportunity to address it would be.
There's nothing to address. Y'all have moved on. Y'all are still married. Y'all should be focused on what y'all got going on, not trying to make Kimmie's image whole again. Kiawha don't owe y'all anything.
Better? Maybe in a one-on-one, moving forward. I'm going to set a meeting for you and Kiawha later. Maybe dinner. That's what I'll do. You said you...
See, he's getting a kick out of this. See, and you still have not caught on that he's like, he is like being condescending. Oh, maybe dinner. No, you go to dinner with your ex-wife. Why do I need to sit up there and be stressed out and arguing with her? I didn't have a son by her. You did. So I don't really care. I got 2 years left with your son. And your son going to be gone. And when he go home to visit from college, watch, he's going to mama's house. He ain't coming here. Because you wasn't no type of daddy. See, that's the type of comeback you need to shut him down.
You'd be with all the meetings? I'm just going to set another meeting.
Maurice does a lot. He does pretty much all he can to protect Monster and Kiawha's image. And a lot of times it is at my expense. So no, sir.
But yet you still put up with it. You still put up with it. You taking the bait. You said you didn't want to have the conversation. Why are you continuing with the conversation? You need to shut him down so he know not to play with you anymore. Especially not with this. You're not finna drag me back into a 2019 beef with your ex-wife.
Not as interested in having more of these conversations.
All right.
Whatever you want, babe.
Hold on, I'm about to send that now.
Would you like to write up my agenda for this meeting since you set up the meeting?
Nah, I'm going to let it free flow. Just so that you guys can talk some more, get on the same page, so that we're all on the same page.
You're never going to be on the same page because what Kiawha said is what she said, what she believed, and what y'all did is what y'all did. And y'all don't need to be on the same page. Them two just need to be able to co-parent, and they're doing it. If you can invite someone, you're doing your part. If you can invite someone to your house to have a conversation about their son, then you're cordial. You're on the right path. No need to interrupt that. If you can call somebody up and have a conversation on the phone about their son, then no, there's nothing else to fix there. Y'all are cordial. Y'all are co-parenting. What else is needed? You and her relationship, it doesn't matter. Whatever's going on with y'all, it does not matter. Because as long as y'all are cordial and come and can have a conversation when it comes to the son, that's all that needed. Maurice is wrong, and you are allowing him to do that to you. Why?
No, at least you guys are.
You do you.
I am.
Because I'm here in this situation because of you.
And you need to remember, you're in the situation because of him. But yet you still taking the bait and allowing him to mess with you, mess with your mind, and get you set up to go to dinner with his ex-wife. Wow.
That's what you're going to do.
Because of you.
No, I've also addressed it.
No, because of you.
I also have addressed
So
it.
all the caveats that you have and all the stuff that, Kimmie, let's do this because I really want to get Monster, and all the bullets that I bit because you wanted to get Monster, and you just bear that in mind while you're having your long conversations about what I need to do differently.
No, it's not that. Hey.
Kimmie, for you to be as smart as you are, you really are dumb. Because there's no way in the heck if he had made that dinner, I would have told him she'll be sitting here by her damn self. Because I don't owe her nothing. And I don't want nothing from her. Except for her to come get her damn son.
Are you and her like better? Well, we've been taking small steps forward. I don't think we'll ever be besties because of just some of the things that have happened. Like her making implications like I interfered in their marriage and that kind of thing. That makes do you feel like you interfered in their marriage? Of course not. Okay. Absolutely not. Because you and I never really had that conversation. Like, we've never talked about that. I've heard it implied, but I've never just asked you. Like, you know what I'm saying? So whenever you and Maurice met, they were already divorced? They weren't divorced. They were in the process. They had both signed the paperwork and they were waiting for the paperwork. So why did
But you said that they were fully divorced prior. So, Kimmie, like I said, pick a lie, stick to it. You interfered in their marriage. You were a side chick, and now you want Kiawha to fix your image. It's not up to her to to withhold your character. She felt that you interfered with her marriage because of what her and Maurice were at the point they were at in their life. And you still, you are holding a grudge, but it's like, okay, you can hold that grudge as long as you don't act upon it. And if you've buried it or you've let it go, like you say, then you should have done just that. Let it go, because it is what it is.
she even think that you interfered in the marriage? Even though they had signed papers, she was talking about reconciliation.
You can't, she didn't think that they were going to reconcile on her own. Maurice put that in her head that they were going to reconcile. So she didn't you don't just go and sign divorce papers and then be like, oh, we're going to reconcile. Especially when you both have signed the papers. Maurice had to be in her ear, telling her something, showing her something different. And the paper, just because people sign an agreement to do something, if it's not finalized, it can always be altered, changed, or thrown out at any moment. So she wasn't the only person that was going for reconciliation. She had help in that, but you only taking it out on her. That's not right, Kimmie. You better look closely.
And that's where she based a lot of that implication in those innuendos. I got you. It was over by the time I met them. It was unfortunate because I felt that
it was over. Who said it was over? Maurice told you it was over? Because she said it wasn't. She said they weren't divorced, which means that was still her husband. And at any point in time they wanted to withdraw those papers, they could have. So apparently he was still showing her the sweet nothings. Listen closely, Kimmie, to what you're saying.
The implication was made. She just kind of let it run wild, and she knew that it wasn't true. So
no, it was her truth. And you, like I said, you only blaming her. You better blame her and your husband.
That didn't make y'all's relationship any better. Not at all. Is she here now? We're supposed to link up. And Maurice was the one who even suggested it. Y'all are gonna meet. Right? You excited?
Kimmie, you don't even want to meet with the woman, but you're going to do it because your husband wants you to. But you could not have a party for your milestone because your husband said no. He wanted, oh no, your health, you're weak, and I don't want anything to happen to you. But yet, here we are, fast forward to now. you're able to sit down and get stressed out by his ex-wife yet again.
Ahead and have this dinner with Kiawha. You know, it'll give us an opportunity, in all honesty, to have a couple of conversations. First of all is Monster. The other is probably going to touch on some of the things.
No, Kimmie. Only thing you want to know regarding the son is what he said about y'all. Don't try to play us left field. The only thing that you're really concerned about is what that child said pertaining to you and Maurice.
That have happened in the past that actually got us to where we are. If in fact we're going to move forward, they actually...
Why do y'all need to move forward? Y'all not in a relationship. Why do y'all need to move forward? Y'all were as cordial as y'all needed to be.
They need to be addressed.
I was hoping we could have a little snack.
One, because I wanted to see how y'all's conversation went with you and Monster. If that kind of panned out, anything that might be useful as far as the best interest of Monster.
He's carrying some emotional baggage.
And it's because he heard that conversation with you telling Maurice that you were deserved an apology, my opinion. And when people sense that you really didn't want them there, it weighs on them and they remember. And Maurice doesn't do a good job at, making sure that he is showing, respect to you in a good way around his son. So it is what it is, Kimmie.
You know your child. You know what I mean? It's like he needs his mom.
When you were talking about being more present, being here, like what would that look like for you as far, because that might be helpful to him.
No, you want to know what it looked like, her presence, because you want to know how much time do you have between intermission, between the time that she's here in Michigan or there in Huntsville. You just want to know how often is she fit to interrupt your life. Be truthful. You want to know how much time do you have without her interfering or being present, or your husband saying, oh, Kiawha's coming. Because Maurice is not going to tell you until she's actually either already in Huntsville or on her way to Huntsville. So you got to get it from her.
Yeah, that's something that I would have to figure out now that I know that it's more needed than it was before.
Yes, Kiawha, it's very much necessary. Go get your baby. You need to just take him home, but I understand it's his last 2 years of school and you don't really want to uproot him if you don't have to, but either you need to go ahead and get you a little place in Huntsville so you can be very much present, because Kimmie don't give a damn. She don't have the time. She's only doing it because she's made to do it. And she's already raised her son, and I understand. She's sick and she don't have the time and she don't want to be bothered with your son. But it's not her responsibility, because if that's Maurice's son and that's your son, then that's all. Then they need to do it. It shouldn't be left on her. So Kiawha, yes, your presence is very much needed. Go on and get your little place where you can, go ahead and go back and forth as frequently as you need to, because your son is going to need you. It's very apparent that you be there.
It's going to happen. I just don't know exactly how.
I like the concept that Kiawha plans on coming down a little more often in Monster's best interest. I think he'll enjoy that. And I think emotionally it'll be good for him. As for me and Kiawha, I don't know. I'm hopeful that we'll start to get a little better.
Better why? Better how? Y'all were in a good place. Y'all were already in a cordial place. It doesn't get that much better than that. I mean, y'all aren't sister wives.
If she's here more often, sometimes we take 2 steps forward and 3 steps back. So I'm just kind of keeping my fingers crossed that maybe a little bit more time would kind of put things on a better track for us. Maurice was like, I want y'all to go out and have a talk. And I said, talk about what? I did. I was like, what do you want us to talk about? And he was like, you know, just kind of past and moving forward. And I was like, I think where we are is a good place.
And you should have left it just like that and left him talking to himself.
And I don't want to mess up the place that we're at. I don't want to go backwards. Even when you weren't that happy with me in the beginning, it wasn't a major deal for me because I felt like you.
No, it wasn't a major deal for you because you knew what you had done and you didn't care because you had got your man, you had moved on, and it is what it is. So no, it didn't matter to you at all. Because if it did, you would have stayed out of their marriage until it was all closed. It was all clear.
You were in a space that you had to get out of. You don't even know how many times I would tell Maurice, like, this is what I think she's feeling. This is a single mom's perspective, like what she's thinking, like in Michigan.
You don't know what she's feeling. You stepped in on her marriage, and now you want to throw out what she's feeling. Kimmie, you can't hurt the woman and protect the woman at the same time.
And while you're thinking this down here, like all the time. And so when there were times that you were upset, I would be like, she has no idea, like that I'm down here fighting with you for her.
If you had to just stayed out their marriage, there would be nothing to fight about. So, Kimmie, I mean, I don't know what you looking for. You looking for a gold medal? You did contribute to her being mad and her hurt.
You know, and so in my head, I felt like it was just going to take time for you to get, you know, to whatever place that was more comfortable for you. Right. However, there's a part of me that still it holds on to things that you would say that would imply that I would.
And here we go. Here we go. And this is why he felt comfortable enough to bait you into having this dinner, and you took it because deep down you still have resentment towards her, just like she have resentment for you, but y'all should have just left it swept under that rug.
Was the one that caused y'all's divorce. What did I say? Like, I was seeing your husband while y'all were happily married in your house, and that was never the case. Like, that was, and we all know that that was never the case. I think that was, for me, where my biggest issue for me and you came in. Just being looked at like I actually caused the demise of y'all's situation, when all of us know that I didn't do that. That was difficult for me. I don't know what you want me to say to you. There was opportunity for you to say, no, I didn't say she was a side chick.
Kimmie, it's not her job to protect you or to withhold your image, your character. It's not her job to protect you. I don't care how you felt or what you look like. My marriage probably could have been saved if it wasn't for you. And that's what she's thinking, in my opinion.
I never said you were a side chick. Even though you didn't say it, surely you saw some comments about me being this side chick. I don't do interviews. I don't talk to fan base. I don't do any of that. I didn't know that you felt that I was responsible for what they said. I felt that was just like
the lack of integrity.
Kimmie, you were with a married man, and you saying she had lack of integrity? How did she have lack of integrity? Because she didn't defend you. Maurice, that's Maurice's job. That's not on her. She said what she said, and whatever people got out of it, that's on them. She can't control the way people think. And neither can you. Because you want this perfect image, like I'm the best wife, I'm the good wife, I'm the, I need a squeaky clean image. Kimmie, don't you have an ex?
Lack of integrity to let it be perpetuated. I'm sorry you feel that way, but I have no control over that at all. I have no control over that. So ahead and have this dinner with
Kimmie, you are out your mind if you feel as though that it's Kiawha's job to rebuild your image and take back everything that she said, just so you can you think you must be out of your mind if you think that it's her job to take back all her feelings, everything that she has built up, and she's cordial enough to accept your phone calls and step in when y'all are arguing, calling her about her son. She doesn't say anything negative she didn't say anything negative on the phone calls, and she's picking up. So I don't care what type of relationship you're trying to build with her, or because Maurice wants you to build with her. Kimmie, give it up, because she does not owe you a thing. Maurice should be protecting you. She's not married to you. So her feelings towards you are her feelings towards you. Why do you care? You better go take that conversation that you're having with her and take it back to Maurice and spin that sucker back around to him, and stand your ground and quit acting like you don't know no better. Kimmie, you can't be this strong, smart person, but yet you're a little pick-me mousy when it comes to your husband. That's causing you the most stress out of everybody, out of everything. The person, and you're bowing down and like curling up and can't speak up for yourself to the one person that's causing you all the grief, all the stress. And now you want somebody else, his ex-wife, to rebuild your character, rebuild your image. Kimmie, she doesn't owe you anything. And this is just my opinion. I'm just talking out loud. Please like, share, subscribe. Comment on the video. Let me know what you think.